Hello, Event Mastery. This is Monique Harps, and I'm here to show you how to set up a Google Form invite. I'm going to keep it pretty simple, but try to touch on the key things that you need to know. So our first step is to go to the Google Forms website, which you can just go to www.google.com/forms, and it should take you there. You will have to be logged into your account. And then you click on blank right here where the little plus sign is. And so you're going to have a few things you can do. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to change the title of our form to be the Great Pie Giveaway, right? You can add a description. It can be as short or as long as you want. So this one, I'm just going to say Monique and Nicole invite you to kick off the holiday season with a free pie. Right? So it's that simple. You don't have to have that line. It's completely up to you. So that part will ultimately, you'll see at the top left that I just changed the title of the form. So the first thing I want to do is I want to put a header on this. So I am going to go, let me see, right here. So I click on the little art palette, paint palette up here that says customize theme, and I go to choose header. So I've already created a header that I made. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it off of my computer. And it is not in that folder, sorry. It is, but I made it in Canva, and there are specific measurements for it, and I can show you or tell you how to find that, find the measurements for the images that we're going to use. So, Event Mastery. So I'm going to click right here and pull up my header. And it's pretty simple. It's Monique and Nicole's Great Pie Giveaway. So we have that set up, and it'll appear at the top. So that's how you make that happen. And then I'm going to go over here on this column right here, and this is what lets you add things to it. So the first thing we're going to add is an image. And this image is going to be our actual invitation. And I already created the invitation in Canva and saved it to my desktop, so that's what we're going to use. So in this invitation, it includes almost everything that Michael has talked about. Because for the purposes of this video, I didn't create a whole new invitation with sponsors and everything. This is specifically being used for my event that my team is doing. So I just modified a few things to make it work. So everything is, not anything that's actually going to happen, right? So, but you can see I have that it's hosted by myself and Nicole, the date, the time, the location. We're going to have to RSVP by November 11th. And I use a link. This is not a real link, so don't go to it. And then it says free apple or pumpkin pie, space is limited, must RSVP. And then it has our contact information if they have other questions, right? So that's pretty simple. So now after we have the invitation, we want to give them, we want to ask them questions. So we want to collect their email address. We're going to collect their email address first, because the way this works is, sorry, not Facebook, but Google will make this like an automatic thing that they collect, right? So right now we have the short one. So we're going to add another question. And our next question is going to be full name. You want to ask for your full name because sometimes if you just put name, they will give you like Bob or Maria. And then we're going to ask for phone number. Since I don't always have everybody's mailing address and people move, we can ask for an address. Now, I will tell you, in this section, people will give you their street address, no city, no state, no zip. So just be prepared for variety, as I'd like to say. And I'm making these required because I want them to respond to these. And then the last one is, what is your high choice? So we're going to make that a multiple choice answer. And you see it gives us a couple here. I'm going to put apple and pumpkin. And then I always add an option like no pie for me, because maybe somebody wants to come to the event, but they don't want a pie kind of thing. So being that I'm making it required, then this gives everybody an option. Yes, no, maybe kind of thing. So you see how you can add different questions, and you can add even more questions, such as if you want to add door prize entry questions, if you want to add anything else, like if you want to ask them, you know, are you a renter or homeowner? You could ask that here. If you wanted to ask if they'd like a home valuation, you could ask that here. It all depends on how you're using your invitation / door prize resource. So if you want to put your sponsors on here, so since I didn't have the sponsors listed on the invitation at the top, I thought maybe, well, I'll just add them in. So I'm going to add an image. And this is just an old sponsor card I used for something else. And then I'm going to add this in. So now you can see the event sponsors. So from here, we want to see, oh, what does this look like? So we can hit preview. And this gives us an idea of what it looks like. So it just tells us what the event is, and then there's the invitation. And then here are our questions that we asked everybody to answer, and there's our event sponsors. So it's pretty short and sweet. Going back to our creation over here, there are a couple things to know. The first thing to know is we have to go to, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to present. We need to go to our settings right here. So in our settings, right, we want to manage how responses are collected. So this one is set up to collect email addresses, and we're good with that. Now, if you have an email address that is not a gmail.com account, just a basic gmail.com, you'll probably have something like this, where it says outside of restricted users, inside, you know, your organization. So we want to turn that off, because what that'll do is it'll mean that you can't, people won't be able to open it unless they have a account assigned by you. And we don't want that to happen, right? So that's the first thing. And then to send it, you're going to click send. It'll actually let you send it as an email directly. So you can test that out for yourself. If you would like want me to send you a test email to see what it might look like, just shoot me a message at Monique. My email address is monique@moniqueharps.com, and ask me to send you the invite by email. You can send a link. So with the link, you see this really long one, you don't have to use it. You can shorten it. And then you get this short one. And so you can text that to people. You can put it in Facebook, Messenger. You can send it in an email. It's all up to you. But this link will take you to that, to this form. And we're gonna get out of that because we're not gonna send it. So once people start replying to the forms, so at the top you have your questions, which is where you created your page. Then you have responses. On the responses, you're going to be able to look at the responses in two ways. You're going to, if you click on this, like cross thing, it's going to create a spreadsheet, right? I'm going to go ahead and create it. We're going to see what it looks like. It should just have like the questions in it. So you see where the questions are, it'll automatically fill that in based off of the people who RSVP. Then if you click right here, oh, I'm sorry. When you come here, if there are responses in there, you're going to automatically see the responses listed below, but it's going to look a little funky because it's just going to list all the answers for each question separately. I guess let me go ahead and fill this out real quick so we can see some responses. Okay, so I'm going to submit it. And then now when I go over here to back in, cross out of here and go back into the responses, you see that there's one response and then it lists everybody here. Now this won't be as useful to you as the spreadsheet. So when you click on the spreadsheet, you see my information there now. So I hope that is helpful for you. And then when you go back here, I want to bring you over here. So if you want to be notified every time somebody RSVPs, you're going to need to click on get email notification for new response. Right? And then what that'll do is it'll mean every single time you somebody RSVPs, you'll get an email. I like to turn that on just because sometimes I might forget that I am collecting invitations, which is crazy, but sometimes I forget. And then you can also download the responses to CSV file from here as well. So that's pretty much the basics of it. Nicole has this video. We'll post it in Event Mastery so you can access it and look at it back and forth while you're doing it. So yeah, so that's the down and dirty of it for a very quick, what am I thinking? Invitation form. If you have any questions, I will be back next week. You guys can reach out to me on Facebook or my number, give me a call, shoot me an email, and I'd be happy to assist you. Sorry I missed you guys this week, but I will be back next week. Talk to you later. Bye.